Hi, this is Mike from Music Ministry 101. In this video, we're going to be practicing the Psalm for the 32nd Sunday in Ordinary Time. I'll sing a couple of verses and play them for you, and then I have some great tips for you, and then we'll do a karaoke version at the end.
You are my God whom I seek. For you my flesh pines and my soul thirsts. Like the earth parched, lifeless and without water. My soul is thirsting for you, O Lord my God. Thus have I gazed toward you in the sanctuary, to see your power and your glory. For your kindness is a greater good than life. My lips shall glorify you. My soul is thirsting for you, O Lord my God.
All right, so a quick practical tip for you before we do the karaoke version. On the verses, the way that it's written, you have a lot of text over here, and then there's a space, random amount of space, and then you have the final words of the verse. And so sometimes it's hard to see where you should go. It's a little bit hard sometimes to line up the lines, especially when you get to say verse 3, the first part. Thus will I bless you while, and then there's a huge space and it says I live at the end. And so one way to overcome this is simply to draw a line. While I live. Or let's look at the very, very end of verse 2. My lips shall, all the way to glorify you. Simply draw a line. Now, if you've done this before, it makes sense. It's good to do. But you don't want to do it on every single line, most likely, because then it starts to a little bit defeat its own purpose. So I just do it a few times, and that alone helps my eyes to line up. Now, another way to do this, of course, is using a highlighter. But again, don't go and highlight every verse a different color, because then the whole thing kind of pops out at you and it gets almost a little confusing. But just try highlighting, say, verse 3 or verse 2. And that alone is going to help your eyes to locate where the next line should be. Another way to overcome this is by reading each line over and over again. So for verse 3, for instance, thus will I bless you while I live. Thus will I bless you while I live. Thus will I bless you while I live. Having that in your mind, it'll allow you to know what's coming next. Because in truth, a lot of cantors do this. Thus will I bless you while I live. And they really emphasize the end of the line because that's just the way that it was published. All right? So what you want to do is overcome that by connecting those things back together in your mind. Thus will I bless you while I live. All right? Makes more sense, sounds better to the congregation, and it's just better all around. Now, if you'd like more tips on vocal technique and vocal tricks and all that kind of stuff like this, check out my 3-day workshop for cantors. It's specifically designed for people that sing in church, and each day for 3 days you'll get a free video that has a new training element to it. The first day is about breath support, engaging your lower muscles so that you can have good breath support and sound good. Day 2 is about English diction and clearly proclaiming the text. And day 3 is about communicating the message behind the text. So if the text is all about, my soul is thirsting for you, O Lord my God, how are you showing thirsting? And the way that you show it should be broadcasted to the congregation so that they get a clear message. All right? So sign up for the 3-day workshop at www.musicministry101.com/workshop. It is a good use of time. Each video is probably 15 or 20 minutes, and you'll get one in your inbox every day. All right, let's do the karaoke version. We'll do the refrain one time, and we'll go through the entire psalm so that you can practice. Here we go. All right, I hope that was super helpful. If it was, please like the video, and thank you so much for being here. Thank you for subscribing if you're subscribed, and I'll see you in another video. Take care.